Hi guys, welcome back to Writer's Workshop. We are going to be working on dialogue today. So we're going to start with our learning intentions. I'm going to share my screen in a second so you guys can see what I'm looking at. And so remember, you can repeat after me at home. Our learning intention for today. Today I will write dialogue in order to show versus telling. I will talk a little bit more about that in a moment. My dialogue will demonstrate character feelings and motivations. Success criteria: at the end of my writing lesson, I will have at least 5 to 10 more examples of dialogue throughout my story. Language intention: I will use words like dialogue, quotation marks, and commas. My social intention is that, again, same one, I will do my work even when no one is looking, okay? And check out this cute little Bitmoji, Mrs. Alonso, trying to ride away on her unicorn, and I'm trying to catch up. So we're going to start with the recipe card. Number one is that I have to reread my fairy tale so far. So that's the first thing I'm going to do, and I'm going to just look at step number 2, so I have it in my mind already, but I'm going to have to think to myself, where can I add more dialogue to show how the character is feeling or what they're motivated by? So I'm going to go back to my story from one that I wrote yesterday. And let's see, I actually have it this way. So this is what I added yesterday. I changed my introduction and then I added a little bit more. So let's see what I have so far. The sun was high in the sky and pink clouds lingered over Catarella's 2-story brick house in Manhattan, New York. Sparrows sang perched on honey locust trees. Butterflies fluttered their brightly colored wings as Catarella sang in her garden, pruning her white roses. Catarella was a very beautiful gray cat with a thick coat and lovely eyes the color of emeralds. Catarella had lost her mother as a child to sickness, and she lived with her papa cat. She was a good daughter. She cleaned all of the litter boxes and made mouth-watering meals for her papa like rat stew and fish soup. However, Papa Cat was lonely and he longed to have a wife again. A few weeks later, Papa Cat signed up for a dating app called Perfect Match in order to find a wife. He went on many dates before he finally met a beautiful white Persian cat with piercing blue eyes, blue like glaciers. Her name was Nini, and she enjoyed long walks on the beach, candlelit tuna dinners, and she herself had 2 adorable calico kittens, Zoe and Chloe. Papa Cat fell in love with Nini and soon married her. Catarella was happy for her papa, but Catarella's happiness would soon wither away like a rose in the middle of winter. As soon as Nini and her daughters moved in, everything went wrong. When Papa Cat wasn't looking, Nini and her 2 daughters would be very mean to Catarella. They would poop in Catarella's litter box and not clean up after themselves. Zoe would steal her favorite mouse toy. Chloe would sleep on her favorite pillow. Catarella would mysteriously find white, long hairs on her favorite dresses in her closet. Catarella would cry at night, meowing softly into her pillow, wondering why her father had chosen to marry Nini. Despite their wickedness, she remained kind to them. One day, Papa Cat had to fly to Kathmandu on a business trip. Not long after, I think I forgot something. Day in and day out, poor Catarella was forced to do all the chores for her malicious stepmother and stepsisters. Catarella was unhappy and disliked her stepmother and stepsisters very much. So far, I like my story, but I'm wondering, I'm doing a lot of telling. Like, I'm telling you what Mini is doing, what Mini and the stepsisters are doing to Catarella, and I'm not showing you through dialogue. So I'm thinking I want to use more dialogue, especially in this 3rd and 4th paragraph, to show character feelings and to show really character traits. Like, I want to show that Zoe and Chloe and Mini are cruel, and I haven't really been able to show that through dialogue. So that's going to be my goal today. I'm going to go back to my recipe card. It says here, to try writing dialogue to show versus telling, and I have an example. So for example, Catarella felt sad when her stepmother Mini said she couldn't go. That's good. It's a good sentence, but I want to use dialogue. So let me see if I can show Catarella's feeling through some dialogue. You can't go, Catarella. Look at your fur coat. You're too filthy to attend a ball, Mini uttered. Please, Meanie, I can clean up. I've never been to a ball before, Catarella whispered as her eyes began to water like puddles on the ground after a downpour. So you notice the difference between the first one and the second one. The first one's a good sentence, but the second one, I've just made it so much juicier. And through that dialogue, I'm really showing that Mimi is cruel. She's ruthless. She doesn't care about Catarella and how she's feeling. And that's what we want to do as writers. This is what my brother always tells me. It's like a huge thing in writing. You always want to show versus tell. Like you don't want to say, oh, Mimi is cruel. Sure, that's something you want to infer and you want to get to, but good writers always want to show it through dialogue and through character actions, and that is our goal today. And so I'm looking at my fourth part of my recipe card. I need to make sure I've added quotation marks to show a character speaking, and in our next lesson on Monday, we'll talk more about how to correctly write dialogue. Don't worry if you're missing quotation marks and commas and all of that. We'll figure it out. We'll make it even better on Monday. Right now, I just really want you to focus on writing some strong dialogue. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you one more time, right? That was one example, but I'm going to go back to my story. I'm going to reread it, and I'm going to edit. I want to see where I can really add some really good dialogue to show. I'm going to try to make this a little bit bigger for you guys. Is that working or not? That's making it smaller. I really want to show you how you can make this writing even better with some dialogue. I'm going to read it one more time. The sun was high in the sky and pink clouds lingered over Catarella's two-story brick house in Manhattan, New York. Sparrows sang perched on honey locust trees. Butterflies fluttered their brightly colored wings as Catarella sang in her garden, pruning her white roses. Catarella was a very beautiful gray cat with a thick coat and lovely eyes the color of emeralds. Catarella had lost her mother as a child to sickness, and she lived with her papa cat. She was a good daughter. She cleaned all of the litter boxes and made mouth-watering meals for her papa like rat stew and fish soup. However, Papa Cat was lonely and he longed to have a wife again. A few weeks later, Papa Cat signed up for a dating app called Perfect Match in order to find a wife. He went on many dates before he finally met a beautiful white Persian cat with piercing blue eyes, blue like glaciers. Her name was Mimi, and she enjoyed long walks on the beach, candlelit tuna dinners, and she herself had two adorable calico kittens, Zoe and Chloe. Papa Cat fell in love with Mimi and soon married her. Catarella was happy for her papa, but Catarella's happiness would soon wither away like a rose in the middle of winter. As soon as Mimi and her daughters moved in, everything went wrong. So here's another example. I can change this. Instead of telling you that she's happy for her papa, I might add some dialogues. Papa, it makes me smile to see you so happy with your new wife. Catarella whispered to her papa cat, to her papa. So let me go back and just reread that part. Zoe and Chloe, Papa Cat fell in love with Mimi and soon married her. Papa, it makes me smile to see you so happy with your new wife, Catarella whispered to her papa. But Catarella's happiness would soon wither away like a rose. So there you go. There's a really good example of dialogue there. I'm going to go to my third paragraph because I do a lot of telling instead of showing. So when Papa Cat wasn't looking, and I want to make this capitalized because that's his name. When Papa Cat wasn't looking, Meanie and her two daughters would be very mean to Catarella. Mean is kind of a boring word. I use the word cruel to Catarella. They would poop in Catarella's litter box and not clean up after themselves. So instead of telling you that, I'm going to have Catarella find some poop. Why is there so much poop in my litter box? Catarella asked her stepsisters. Because we felt like pooping in your box. Your box is nicer than ours. So I'm going to take this off now because I've already shown that through dialogue. Zoe would steal her favorite mouse toy. One day, Catarella was searching for her favorite mouse toy when she spotted Zoe ripping the threads off of her toy. Zoe, why must you destroy my toy? This is your toy? This is your toy? It's so old. I felt like ripping it. I felt like destroying something. She yawned. She yawned. So Zoe would steal her favorite moment. Chloe would sleep on her favorite pillow. Chloe Catarella asked, May I get my pillow back? You're kidding, right? This is my pillow now. This is my pillow now, Chloe. Firmly. Chloe said firmly. Chloe said firmly. Zoe would steal. Okay, so I'm going to take some of this stuff out, and then I might leave that part there. Okay, so I'm going to just reread to see. I've already added some dialogue in here, and just to see what it looks like. When Papa Cat wasn't looking, Mimi and her two daughters would be very cruel to Catarella. Why is there, wrong one, why is there so much poop in my litter box? Catarella asked her stepsisters. Because we felt like pooping in your litter box. Your box is nicer than ours. One day, Catarella was searching for her favorite mouse toy when she spotted Zoe ripping threads off of her toy. Zoe, why must you destroy my toy? This is your toy? It's so old. I felt like destroying something today. She yawned. Chloe, Catarella asked, may I get my pillow back? You're kidding, right? This is my pillow now, Chloe said firmly. Catarella would mysteriously find white long hairs on her favorite dresses in her closet. Catarella would cry at night, meowing softly into her pillow, wondering. So here's another dialogue. Papa, why did you choose to marry Mimi? Despite their wickedness, she remained kind to them. So I want you guys to write in the comments section how you plan on incorporating some dialogue into your story. And like Ashley G, try to send it to me. I know some of you have been trying to like send me Google Docs. That's the best way so that I can send you some feedback. And also I can spotlight you. I can highlight you in a video. So make sure you try to do that. I'm really liking this. I love this unit. I've written this story already so many times. This is like my 4th year. And you know what, guys? Like every year I just try to make it a little bit better, and every year I like it more. So imagine that's me with the same story over the last 4 years. Imagine the possibilities for yourself, like just writing a story and then just going back to it and looking at it again and what can I make better. That's all. That's really what I want you to learn through writing, is that we never finish as writers. We can always go back and edit and just make it like super awesome. So I can't wait to hear from you guys and see some amazing, amazing fairy tales. Again, please send it, leave me a comment, or you can ask your parents to send me a text message. I'm pretty sure they've sent them my phone number, so just ask them. All right, see you guys.